Beth Arnold-Rithaler is a go-getter on the pro tennis circuit.
When I got introduced to the tennis, it was just, wow, this is physical activity and it's fun at the same time.
The former cheerleader is ranked #1 in the United States in women's wheelchair tennis.
Commitment's everything. I mean, first of all, she's a businesswoman, she's married, she has a child. Tennis is very momentum driven. You can't just go out and be good. Not at the level that she plays at.
Beth broke her back in a fall from a quad motorbike 16 years ago.
Nice shot.
Before her accident, Beth hadn't even picked up a tennis racket. Post-accident, she just wanted to walk again.
I didn't want anything to do with wheelchair sports because also that meant in my mind that I was admitting that I wasn't going to walk again and that I was going to stay in a chair.
For 3 years, Beth concentrated all her physical effort into walking with calipers. What was it like in the early years before you found sport?
I had a drive for my physical therapy and things, but I kind of just started taking a back seat in life. And when I got introduced to the tennis, my original personality from high school cheerleader to, everything else I was involved in growing up kind of kicked back in. And it's like, yes, I feel free on the tennis court. Not that I completely gave up on the walking. I think I just accepted that I am actually more independent in my chair than I am trying to stumble around on my braces. Yep, I got the water bottle, of course.
Family time is precious. Beth's often away for weeks at a time on the pro tennis circuit.
You ready?
Yep, let's go.
In the early years, she travelled to tournaments with husband Joe. Now son Jacques is her chaperone, but only during the school holidays.
Jacques will go with me probably a third of the time, a third of my trips, or this summer he's going to be with me for 6 weeks in Europe. Then when I am home, I help out at his school, I help out with his basketball, with his soccer, whatever's going on, I'm kind of fully involved.
Beth's also involved with a disability access group, Challenge Maui. The island's relaxed lifestyle is what attracted the family to Maui. But wheelchair access to the famous Hawaiian beaches is limited. Beth reckons that's got to change.
Well, of course, one of the biggest attractions to Maui is the ocean and the beautiful views, and to be able to have access to get to the beach, to be able to get, to where you can do what everybody else loves to do. I want to go take my son to the beach by myself. I don't want to have to be lifted or carried, and I want to wheel to high tide area in the sand, sit my blanket down, sit there and play in the sand, get up when I want to get up, be completely independent.
Beth showed me a local beach that offers the kind of access they're campaigning for.
Well, it's not bad, Beth, but I guess it can get better.
Oh yeah, this is definitely needs some maintenance done to it, and it probably need to start from scratch, but it's the right idea.
So Beth, I haven't seen anything like this in New Zealand. This is not too bad.
No, it's actually, look at how much further we could go from where the cement ended. But I think actually this was originally designed for the windsurfers, so they didn't have to carry their boards through, but it's perfect and it's exactly what we need for a wheelchair.
Would you like to see this at all beaches?
Ideally all beaches, but I think what would be great, we basically have 5 major areas of the island. If we could focus on one beach per area of the island as a beginning, and then we can let tourists and residents know that in your area this is deemed as the most accessible beach in your area.
Tennis is a global glamour sport, but not today. The pro circuit is full of big names and big prize money, but the wheelchair tennis circuit, well, that's a slightly different matter.
It takes a lot of money to stay out there, whether you're able-bodied or disabled. And right now, with wheelchair tennis, there's no money involved. Even if you win a tournament, the amounts that you win are negligible.
You're on the pro circuit. What does it take to survive?
The most we get from our governing federation is a maximum of $2,500 a year based upon your ranking. So if you're in the top 5, it's on $2,500. If you're in the middle, 5 to 10, it's like $2,000. So, and for me living in Hawaii, that's one airfare, to Europe or to Australia. So it doesn't go very far.
But there's always the glory. Beth has her sights set on a podium finish at next year's Beijing Paralympics. Not content with her #1 ranking in the States, Beth's aiming higher.
Can she become #1 in the world? She's still improving with me, where she's hitting a better ball now than she was a year and a half ago. So I see great things for her tennis.
Well, the goal for me is the Paralympics, and after the Paralympics, my intention is to retire. I've been playing for 8 years as of now, and I would like to spend more time at home with my family and with my son, and get into some more volunteer work and some more projects, kind of fulfill my purpose in life and get into whether it be an advocate for disabilities or for children, or there's many things in life that I feel that the amount of funds I spend on an annual basis to go towards my tennis could be put to much better use doing something else.
Improving accessibility in the Hawaiian Islands is on a list of things to do.